Hello guys, welcome to another episode of the foil series. Based on the fact that we are at 92% right now, I'm almost sure that it'll be just 8. Give me just a second. It should be just about 8 rounds, so that means that we're almost sure that we have a winner right now. The most likely it's Aretsi is going to be the winner. He was the second player with in terms of elo. Culver was the first one, but Culver didn't do that well. He's actually over here. He is still going to be featured as a good player in 39 cards, but not quite for the for all the marbles, because he has I'm almost sure it's just going to be 8 rounds based on that we are in 92%. So let's go ahead and check out. Right now we have 94 players, so let's go back. We lost one player once again from our the last time we streamed, so we're gonna do an exception right now, since I'm almost sure yeah, there's no player 1. So since I'm almost sure that this is what it's going to end up being what it is. This is episode 6 if I'm not mistaken. Let me go ahead and check something out. Oh, sorry, episode 5. So let me go ahead and do round 5, and let's start with Aretsi. Let's go ahead and check who could probably be the winner now. Actually, since I'm still on 5, let's go ahead and leave him for another round. Yeah, I thought we were in a further episode. So let's go ahead and check 27. So that's Annie Lerna. Annie Lerna in number 5. So unfortunately, Annie Lerna is featured but lost this game. So let me go ahead and check first Annie Lerna. Now let's go ahead and check his opponent. So this is a duel of French players. This is Moi-même. So Moi-même and is Fendek, Femme the Beautiful Foil. At least that's what it is named right now. So we have the Ouroboros Trickster. You may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, roll a die. On a 4+, I gain 2 boosts. On a 1, 2, 3, I gain 1 boost. Okay, so not sure. Okay, yeah, you put a card in reserve mainly because of the the Anansi. So yeah, 3 common Anansis. Then Esmeralda, she always plays from anywhere resupply. Trickster also plays anywhere, and has the common ability that you may have target other than nearly fleeting. Esmeralda played from anywhere she resupplies. Play from hand, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, you may return. You may cycle a card from reserve to your hand. And finally, then Ordis Night Warden. When I gain a sleep, I gain 2 boosts. And play from anywhere, you may put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, draw a card. Otherwise, just resupply. There we go. Now let's go ahead and check Annie Lerna. So this is okay. So basically the usual opening for a Bravos. We have the Tiny Djinn. We have the Hunger. Give me 1 second. I just want to have chat over here open so that I can check it out. Just 1 second, guys. There we go. Down this. There we go. Okay, so hunger, and let's go ahead and check Ozma. When I go to reserve from the expedition zone, if I have one more boost, draw a card, and she has season. Okay, interesting, Ozma. Also a red, she also has seasoned. When I go to the reserve from the expedition zone, if I had two or more boosts, draw a card. So basically kind of a same Ozma. And the Tooth Fairy, when I leave the expedition zone, sabotage. If I have one or more, if I have one or more boosts, sabotage. And when another character joins your expedition, if I have one or more boosts, target character in your other expedition, the one I am not, gains 2 boosts. So this is a very good endgame card. There we go. So let's go ahead and now move on. Oh, right. There we go. Let's go to the end game. Go. Oh, sorry. I need to do it again. It's not going to move automatically. Go. So now we go to the end game. Okay, the Quargan just gains 2 boosts, and she's going to sabotage in the end. So whatever Muamem plays, he didn't play anything, so no sabotage from Annie. Goes ahead and moves on to have the advantage. A very heavy hand from on the side of Annie. Does have the option to do a double advance. To have a single advance. Yeah, most just goes there. Not going to block, but at least, oh yeah, he can block. Just put it on the other side, so block. Goes back to hand, and Annie is 2 ahead right now. No overcharging the reserve, and she can still play the Quargan another day. Okay, so most likely Quargan going to go to the companion side today. Nancy a little bit early. You don't want to see her that early. It's a spell, so it is drawn by the opera. Magical training, so still gaining lots of options. Kind of doing a aiming, I'm guessing, for the end game right now. A cappella training, so gives fleeting to the Quargan, and Ilerna has nothing else to be played. Goes to the other side. Okay, so this is a 1-for-1, so Muamem is 2 behind, still 2 behind, and Ilerna loses the cards that he was trying to keep. Gets rid of the a cappella training and recovers his magical training. There we go, so they sleep, something that you also don't want to see this early in the game. Another spell, there we go. So I'm guessing Muamem doesn't have that many characters, at least it seems it doesn't have that many characters. Okay, so we gotta go to 5. Place the Ozma on the other side. It's a double advance from Muamem, unless something changes right now. There we go, so we do have a change right now. It's a 3 because I think that was a good play as well. Ooh, Subduende takes away the 1 boost in order to block it on one side. So we are tied right now thanks to the Subduende. That's a double advance for Muamem, and we are tied. But it's almost ensured an advance, at least from what I see, by Annie on the companion side. This time it was not a spell, so he just draws the card that he just had. Okay, takes the fleeting from the Ozma. Try to do a double advance again on that side, a resupply, there we go. Puts a kind in reserve. She does. And she returns. Was it the Hather that was returned? Not sure. Okay, to the Subduende once again, a second Subduende, in order to have an advance right now. So it's going to be an overcharge from the side of Annie. It looked like Annie was going to try to bring it back with a double advance. Unfortunately, it is not the case. Annie is overcharged right now. Not sure why. Oh, because of a sabotage. A unique, I think, with sabotage. There we go. So the Chiron goes to mana. Annie has been able to ramp the card, magical training. So magical training has been going back and forth the whole game. Once again, the Ozma doing what it likes to do. Puts a card in reserve. There we go. A 3. So just one boost. Plays a tiny Jin. Still not doing it. Okay, the Requiem is going to get rid of the card on the other side. So you just place it on the hero side. Gives the boost and probably going to give another boost. Okay, no. Distributes the boosts. This one is blocked right now. Still 2 mana left. So okay, another gets rid of the Inkcaster to play something else. The Martingale, just enough to do the double advance. And the Hatter returns the magical training. So it's gonna be a double advance versus a single advance from Annie Lerna. So Moamem goes ahead and is now in match point. Once again, returns the card, the Tiny Jin, another ramp. Not sure, even if he does have the, but he didn't. Even if he did get the hunger, I don't know if it would have been a good turn right now with 10 mana. Yeah, goes just for the red. Magical training once again. Let's go for that. The training, not bad, not in a bad position. The Warden, so nope, not moving ahead this time. Plays the, yeah, so he's not going to be using his control right now, or I don't think he's going to be using his control right now. Just one. Does have the Requiem. He needs to put it on the very good card at the end. Just give one more boost to the Fire Rabbit. Twinkle Twinkle to put it to sleep. Puts the red to sleep. So yeah, that is game. There's nothing else Annie Lerna can do right now. Even gives more boost, so it's a double advance from the side of Annie. And yep, that's basically game. Annie was able to bring it back because of the meta right now that the Lyra players have to just keep drawing, keep increasing their hand. And especially with the Opera that allows them to even draw another card if they have a spell. So that means that this is a game moi-même demonstrated the power that the Lyra right now have, especially with that almost infinite draw every turn and with just one mana cost. So that was our first game of the day. Let's go ahead and go to number 79 as our next player. So that'll be Mini Pam Pam. That was round 5, right? Yeah, round 5. Okay, so Mini Pam Pam. Unfortunately, our featured player did lose again this time. So this is Mini Pam Pam. Let's go ahead and check Vince the Royal. I'm almost sure this is going to be a French versus French. Yeah, Vince, at least I was guessing he was a French player. Mimi Pampang is also French player. Let's go ahead and check Vince first. A Subash, very interesting. Let's go ahead and check. So this is a Bessie Coleman. When you sacrifice a permanent, target character in reserve gains 1 boost. Okay, in reserve. Okay, and you may have target character other than me gain 1 boost when played from reserve. Otherwise, you can use her as a support ability. Target permanent you control activates its play from anywhere abilities or its arrow abilities. The mountain Nif. If I'm facing a character in mountain, create an area token in your landmarks. Otherwise, create 1 in each player's landmarks. And target character in play or in reserve gain 2 boosts. Also the Gibble. Target character in play or in reserve gain 2 boosts. Okay, so very good. This is play from anywhere. Both are play from anywhere, and we have a Gibble also play from anywhere if you control 2 or more landmarks. Sabotage. Otherwise, you may exhaust target character in target card in reserve. If your hand is empty, draw a card. Otherwise, resupply. No, yeah, we do have the restocking station, the abandoned depot. We have Dr. Frankenstein. So yeah, probably going to be using the restocking station a lot. Have a rare boom in order to get rid of anything. For example, the Airlit Reef or the very same abandoned depot. Okay, so this is the Vincent Troil. Let's go ahead and check now Mini Pam Pam. So Mini Pam Pam once again, Soul Aggro once again. We have the Hunger. We don't have Ramp right now. Oh yeah, there we go. But it is a common Jin. Let's go ahead and check the uniques, the Mountain Guide. When I leave the expedition zone, if I have left less cards in hand than the target opponent, Sabotage. When you pass first, if I'm fleeting, resupply. Otherwise, you create an Airlit token in your landmark. The Wingsuit Jumper, you may rush. If you do, resupply. If I'm the only character in my expedition, target character in reserve gains 1 boost. So, kinda not good as an opening card. And Halua, Raging Leviathan, gigantic, tough 1. You may immediately pass. Play from anywhere, you may immediately pass. If you do, create an Airlit token in your landmark. Okay, not that bad, considering it's a gigantic for 6 and a 4/5/5. So let's go ahead and see how Mini Pam Pam did. Not an optimal deck from the Super. She has 40 cards. Mini Pam Pam does have 39. So now let's go ahead and go to the end game. Block. And there we go. So let's go ahead and start. We have display a card in reserve. And just plays the Brassbug, the jumpsuit. He's not going to rush. Surpash passes first, so that means that we have no token for a Mimi. It's Mimi this turn. Okay, so the wingsuit is from reserve, so he can rush this turn. Doesn't have the ability to rush. And this is going to be a very tough turn, because he's going to be facing 4 on the other side because of the brass bug. There we go to 4. So he just starts ramping up, but he is actually going to lose a card. So that's a double advance from Vince. That means that he's 2 ahead. Going to lose a card. The wingsuit goes away. Not sure if that was a good idea. Trying to do, let's see if he tries a double advance. A double ramp, sorry. Still no counter from Mimi. The Brasso bag. There we go. Once again, the pressure of the tokens. Just going to sacrifice, most likely, to get another brass bag. So it's a 4/4. Goes ahead and threatens on the companion side. Nothing else to be done. So it is going to be a ramp. but a double advance once again from the Subash. And that is 3 expeditions ahead right now. The tough position for Mimi to turn it back. He could do the Halua right now to try to have some action. No, he's going to rush. Going to play it again. Still no token for Halua. Or Solana, in this case, to get the Halua. Okay, passes first. First token of the game. Just a setup turn from Subash. He is already on match point, so Subash is almost out of cards, but then again is in a very good position to take the game. Yeah, Kaui's intervention is nothing that he can use right now. Very good card to have in reserve right now, considering the the abandoned depot. So he just draws, has the option to draw again, but we have a sabotage from Solana. No, I think the best option was to get rid of the He's going to ramp right now. He still has 2 mana left, but he can just play on the other side, and that's basically it. Yep, and that's all she wrote. Mimi goes ahead and does the advance, but Vince just moves on the other side, and that is game. Unfortunately, it was a very good game, a very good setup from Subash. He was able to take it, and Vince unfortunately was not able to capitalize on the cards that she had. And Subash actually out aggroed. In this case, a player was actually out aggroed by Subash. That's something that Subash can do actually very well right now. Okay, so now let's go ahead. Ooh, I didn't mean to close that. Let's go ahead. So now it is number 93. So the last player, no, it's 94. Yeah, we have 94 active. So Superlativo, I'm guessing. Okay, so Superlativo skipped this turn. So what we're going to do is check him from the last tournament, the last step. Let's go ahead and view game replay from Superlativo's point of view. And this was a game that Superlativo didn't participate, unfortunately. So that means that, yeah, we're going to be skipping Superlativo. We're going to be moving to number 45. So that's Aurora Boreale in step 5. Go. So Aurora Boreale, the winner, is also going to be our featured player. Let's go ahead and choose him for now. Aurora Boreale, I'm almost sure it's a French player as well. And Jovic is actually an American player. Whoop. There we go. And I know, because I am playing him right now this round, so I know that he has a Izari Business V2. We're almost done with our game, so this time I'm just going to show the uniques. I don't want to watch his deck because I am playing his right now, so I'm just going to leave them on display. This one. This is the second one. This is the third one. This is his main strategy. I'm going to see, but I need to know. Okay, I need to see the uniques in order to know what he's doing. If you control a fleeting character, create an early token in target player's landmarks. You're always going to choose you. I have seen this unique. You may exhaust target card in reserve. The Copelia, when I go to reserve from the expedition zone, you may play me for free and I gain a sleep. When you create a token, I gain 1 boost. Okay, does he have how to create tokens? Because he does have the dropship. Only with the dropship. Oh, with the Grems. Okay, so possibly with the Grems as well. Then we have the Cali. This is the other one. No, this is not the one I've seen. He has another. He has a rare Cali. You may put a permanent from your hand in reserve. If you do, sacrifice a permanent. Play from anywhere. You've controlled 2 or more landmarks. Target character gains 2 boosts. Otherwise, I gain 1. It gains 1 boost. Sorry. Okay. Finally, Aurora Boreale. You may spend 1. The Treasure Drone. When played from reserve, you may spend 1 of my boosts. If you do, resupply. And you may exhaust target card in reserve. The Treasure Drone, when you have it in reserve, at noon you may choose to flip it, for it to gain 2 boosts, or when it only gains 1. The Magpeng Hoarder, play from hand. If you have 2 or more cards in reserve, draw a card. When you play from reserve, you may sacrifice a permanent. If you do, create a Brassbuck in target expedition, and he has the Abandoned Depot. It's a Sierra. Okay, so Abandoned Expedition in order to sacrifice, and the Brassbuck Dropship in order to have the combo with the Brassbuck Hive. And finally, Marie Curie. When a character joins the expedition facing me, you may have target character other than me gain 1 boost. And when play from hand, if you control a token, target character in play or in reserve gains 1 boost. Right? Interesting. Most likely going to have those boosts, those tokens, because of the Brassbuck Hive. So let's go ahead and go to the end game. This is going to be automatic. Good. There we go. So Isari against Sierra. Brassbuck on the first turn. You don't want to see the Brassbuck, but it's not that bad. Has the option of doing, okay, not an after you, goes all out. So this is a double advance option. It's a double advance from Aurora and just 1 Aurora in this case, or just 1 from Joe. There we go. So Aurora 1 step ahead. The Brassbuck. Yeah, I think that. Ooh, no, he decides to get rid of it. Interesting choice. So just probably going to just play the Paju, and perhaps just if anything threatens, just use the hook to get it away and draw a card. Okay, in this case he draws another Paju, so it's not a double advance right now, just a simple advance. So Aurora keeps his advantage of 1. Gets cards in reserve. This looks more like for a Trace. Probably just replace Trace for Pebble and Isari. So it is 5 on each side. Another token. There we go. So yeah, this is a Brassbuck Hive and it was obvious this is a Brassbuck. Just going for the one side or doing the double, trying to do the double. 13 with 3 on both sides, so goes for a boom, going to get rid of the Brassbuck. But that means that he's already got Aurora already got the double advance. The Grems are being played right now. Is going to the reserve from Joe is going to be overcharged, and Aurora is 2 expeditions ahead right now. 3, sorry. Yeah, 3 expeditions ahead. So it's a tough position from Joe right now. I understand what he was trying to do, but I think just a resupply would have been better. If you're going to lose anyway, probably just go for the resupply. He gets rid of one of his cards in order to get one of the airlets in order to get another token. You wanted to have that Bessie there out before. Going to move. Okay, he could just play the Bessie right now to the hero side. Nothing else to do but to have sacrifices in order to go to 4 double advance from Joe. Aurora is now on match point, so it is 2 expeditions behind. Joe has some options to try to do it. Let's go ahead and see if he can pull it off. Bessie again from Aurora is going to get rid of the bug out bag. Doesn't have the option to get rid of anything to take care of the Bessie, so I'm not sure why he didn't decide to use that. At least we have a brass bug right now. Decides to get rid of the airlet just to have a pseudo after you, but in this case I don't think it is actually useful. He can now play the Bessie and get rid of an airlet. Still ahead, but don't think it's going to be enough. He's going to get rid of the airlet. No, of the brass bug. Yeah, right. Why would he get rid of the airlet? So that is 10 on the hero side. There's nothing else that Joe can do. Just Aurora Boreal going to move on with the 10-11. And that's basically it. So Aurora was able to outplay Joe almost the whole game. That's why she won. The game was won with 2 expeditions still left to go for Joe. So yeah, that was basically it. It was a pretty fast game. Axiom games tend to go rather quickly. Let's go now to number 17 and almost Culver, but now we have Philo on step 5 against the DV Martin. Not sure what each player is. I'm guessing French players. So let's go ahead and watch the replay from Philo's side. And first, let's go ahead and check his opponent. Okay, so DV Martin is actually an American player, a US player, and Philo is a French player. So this is Fleet and Boost, a pretty basic deck, no uniques, very tight. It has 3 copies of almost everything. Oh no, it does have 1 unique. Lady of the Lake, one play from anywhere. You may have target character other than me lose fleeting and gain 1 boost. When I gain 1 or more boosts, you may pay 1. If you do, you may have target character in. You may have character other than me lose fleeting. Okay, so basically makes continuous use of cards from reserve. That's, I think, the main strategy that he wants to use. There we go. And on the other hand, we have Philo. So Philo is also a Bravos, but this one has 3 unique. So Bravos Pathfinder. I have Seasoned. Only 1 Hunger in this case from Philo's side. So Bravos Pathfinder, I have Seasoned. When play from hand, you may pay 1 if you do Sabotage. Second unique, Foundry Armor. You may pay 1. Play from anywhere. You may play 1 if you do create a brass bug 2/2 in target expedition. At dusk, draw a card. Haven Bravos. Play from anywhere. You might put a card from your hand in reserve. If you do, I gain 2 boosts. And considering he has a Bastion, this is basically you want to take advantage of the Bastion as much as you can. Well, let's go ahead and go to the end game. There it goes. It is going to be automatic. So Bazira. Let's go ahead and start with Martin. 39 decks for each, so pretty packed deck. There we go. So the Qui-Gon, he's going to have boosts. He's going to get rid of the card right now, so no more uses from the unique on Martin's side. It was a very good unique, but it's going to get eliminated right away. And we have a turn 2 combo with the Tiny Jin. Most likely going to go Tiny Jin. No, he decides to go with the Korgan. The Bouncer, nothing to sabotage. gives it 3 boosts. In order to draw a card, going to give 4 boosts. Philo blocks Martin this way. Gets ahead by 1 expedition and has the card advantage even because of the physical training. Gets rid of the second physical training. I think this is going to be a turn for the Tiny Jin. Okay, sabotage. Yeah, there we go. So Tiny Jin gets rid of the Tiny Jin before it can ramp. So just go ahead and play the rabbit. Going to give it 2 boosts. Okay, oh, so yeah, you're going to block and advance. Not sure if it was the best option, but then again, you have to pay 1 more in order to get the brass bug of the unique. So probably that's why he decided not to do it this time. Losing a little bit of the card advantage that he had. Getting rid of the armor, I think that was the best option as well. Not a good time right now to have it. Just goes ahead and the after you. Being blocked right now. Very blocked. Serengar on the other side with a 3. The Sun Wukong. He could have blocked right there, but I guess he didn't want to. No, he couldn't block. Well, he could have blocked with the Chiron, but then again, he would overcharge his reserve. So he was just, okay, just go ahead and take it. I'm still ahead, 1 expedition ahead. So yeah, probably that's why he didn't want to lose cards. He didn't need to lose cards right now. The pressure is on Martin right now. All out on that. All out on the bouncer. The colorful, what is? Kuko. The Encore target character gains anchor. There we go. So gets rid of the Serengar, but is able to draw nonetheless. So he just plays a colorful Kuko on the companion side. Considering he's gaining a boost, is going to go to 3 and anchored. So we have a double anchored side. There's a 1-for-1 again. Philo keeping up his 1 expedition advantage. Not a good turn for the Serengar, but a very good turn for the. I actually thought he was going to use his Blade Dancer. I think it was a good turn for the Blade Dancer. So just goes all out on the Occlude. Blocking right now. The last card he has. He can only get rid of the Kuko. He can still play on the other side. There we go. So he plays the Serengar, even though it's not an optimal position. It is enough in order to advance right now with the Occlude. Gives 1 more boost to the Serengar on the other side, and that is how Philo does it. Because Martin ran out of cards, he didn't have many options in order to play. So with just blocking 1 card, Philo forced David's hand to show what he had on hand, and with nothing else left, 6 mana on hand, but nothing else that he could do. It was just a game for Philo because of the control he showed in the end. So with that, we move on to our next duel. It is now player 38 this time. So it is Aritzlopa. And it is a game against me. So this is a Spanish player against a Peruvian player, me. And it was just the luck of the draw. It was abandoned by me. It was almost this was on a weekend, so that's why I couldn't fully play it. So we're going to check my deck. I'm going to talk about my deck like I didn't know what it has. So this is I'll just talk about the name. The Nemesis is because of EVE Online, the Nemesis ship. That's what it is alluding to. So the Demolition Expert, if you control 2 or more permanents, create an airlit token. This is played from anywhere. If you control 2 or more permanents, create an airlit token in your landmarks. Also played from anywhere. You may sacrifice a permanent if you do create an airlit token in your landmark. We have the Junior Chef. When you play it from hand, you may sacrifice a robot or permanent. If you do, up to 2 target characters in play or in reserve each gain 1 boost. Also, we have the Bessie Coleman. When you sacrifice a permanent, target character in play or in reserve gain 1 boost. So this is a very good combo with the Demolition Expert, because it allows to sacrifice for free and give a character a boost. So that's basically the gist of it. Those are the 3 uniques. Let's go ahead and check at its Slopa. So at its uniques, doesn't seem to have uniques. Yeah, it's a Nuke Kobo. So Kojo Buddha, Nuke in this case. So let's go ahead and go to the end game. It's not going to be automatic. Let me just give a second here. There we go. Here, let's go. There we go. Okay, so first play is going to be Faritzlopa. The Staring are right there trying to ensure a double advance. So with my unique, I just go ahead and play there. Blocked by the Rabbit. So no advance on my side, double advance for Faritzlopa. Probably going to get rid of the Duel of Grit. Yeah. Duel of Grit, just going to lose my unique most likely on a Sabotage. Sabotage first to get rid of the Serengor. Get rid of my unique. Got 2 mana left. The Grems, there we go. Putting pressure on the hero side. So finally I make a move. Still 2 expeditions ahead from Faritzlopa. Once again, getting rid of the Duel of Grit. Ooh, Haven, but Haven is almost surely going to be eliminated right now. No, get rid of a card in order to a double advance. Get rid of the biggest threat right now. That Jin was actually a very good threat. I get rid of one of my tokens in order to get rid of the Bravos Bouncer right now. And get another boom, no, it's not a boom, it's a detonation, sorry, in reserve. So just catching up, just 1 expedition ahead from Faritzlopa right now. 1 card in hand from each. There we go, we have the Hunger right now. Gets rid of the Hunger. Aerolith token once again. Quarry, this is what I like to see actually from the first turn, but it wasn't meant to be this time. So full ahead on the companion side, just plays the... Nothing else that he can do right now. Oh, what happened? Not sure what happened. Sounded as if I had removed something, but I didn't. There we go, so still 1 expedition ahead from Faritzlopa, moving on to the 7 mana. Almost out of cards on my side. The Buddha once again coming out. Going to get rid of the... Yeah. The Detonation is Specialist. Not anything that they can do besides just trying to get something out. There we go, so something with a lot of pressure. Just going to play on the other side. Go with a 5. Get rid of a Aerolith. We have a boom right now. Not enough to advance, but enough to block. So once again, Faritzlopa 2 expeditions ahead. I am going to lose a card. I think that... Okay, the Detonation. Not a good place right now to have the Farfetch'd. And there is the Hunger, the second Hunger of the game. And if he plays it right now, I think I'm going to be in deep trouble. Yeah, Goes ahead and plays it. I am in deep trouble. Gets rid of everything I have. Just one card in hand. It's not gigantic. But I didn't have anything else. And then the tournament just ended. It was most likely going to be a tough game next, because he was going to have the hunger gigantic with a 3/3, yes, but gigantic, and Buddha, and two additional options of cards. So I passed because I didn't have anything left to be played right there. So it was almost ensured a victory for Maritzlopa, because I was even 2 expeditions behind. So it was I was going to be 3 expeditions behind. So it was going to be a very tough position for me. And that's basically all that we were able to play. Now let's go to player 21. This is Sisu. So this is almost surely a French player. Let's go ahead and check against the totem. This is our 7, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Yeah, but we didn't have a match, so probably going to be able to do 8 this time. So the featured player is Sisu against the totem that I know is a French player. So let's go ahead and move here. Yeah, French against the French. Sigismar, so Sigisfen from the Totem. We have already seen this deck. He has been featured a lot this tournament. But these 3 uniques basically resupply when another non-token character joins your expedition. If you control token, resupply. Play from hand. If you control one or more landmarks, create an order recruit token in your other expedition. The one I am not, he doesn't have permanence. Landmark, sorry. If another player gives him an early token, he has then the option to do it, but I don't see it likely. When another non-token character joins the expedition, if you control token, resupply, and when another non-token joins your expedition, resupply. The next card you play this afternoon costs 1 less. Play from anywhere. Play from anywhere. If you control a token, create an orders recruit in your companion expedition. So it helps having another token in the companion expedition. Okay, and with that, we have already seen the totem. Let's go ahead and check Sisu. Sisu is also a Sigismar deck. You have the Ozma. If you control a token, draw a card. Let's play from anywhere. Play from hand. If you control 2 or more landmarks, create an orders token in each of your expeditions. Doesn't have landmarks either. Let's go for us. The other Ozma, when I leave the expedition zone, if I have less than mana, if you have less than 8 mana orbs, draw a card. So kind of a starting draw if you can get it early. And at dusk, if you have less than 8 mana orbs, draw a card. Okay, so these are all for the early game. Let's go ahead and check how he did. Let's go to the end game. It's going to be automatic this time. So we block here. Ooh, so he did get the Ozma early. That was very good. I think it is the one that draws. Yeah, because it's a 2. This is the one that draws. So just play it on the... Really? With the Duckling, he is going to... Okay, yeah, he did the Duckling. With the Duckling, he's going to... They're both going to advance on the companion side, but only Sisu is going to be the one drawing. So card advantage from Sisu. Skybound Odyssey, it's a very expensive card for right now, and he does have the Baba Yaga in order to draw again. But starts just by getting rid of cards. The Jack Frost, almost sure going to block right there. He could have gotten another token, but didn't make much sense. He was just going to overcharge his reserve, so that the totem goes ahead with 2 expeditions. Oh, he's getting rid of the spy. He already did what he wanted to do. The Ascended Trooper, but the Ascended Trooper is taken away. Not sure if that was a good option. I would have gotten rid of the Legionnaire, is it? The Templar, sorry. So this is a good turn. Okay, he's going to put the token to sleep, I'm guessing. No. He just has 1 mana left. Okay, so he does block. Is able to recover 1 expedition, but now the card advantage is... Well, the card advantage is drawn, but the totem does have Jack Frost right now in play. So it's going to be a 3/2/3 on the hero side, which makes it a little bit harder. Okay, he's moving ahead. Plays the other token, plays on the other side with a token. The Templar just going to place a token right there, so kind of after you. Plays a resupply with the Paper Herald, goes ahead and places on the companion side. Ascend. He does have how to make both expeditions ascend. Both expeditions moving forward. A ton of resupply. Is able to play it by 1. Gets a token, gets another double resupply. Not sure why he did it. He was already winning right there. Pass from Sisu, and this is now 3 expeditions ahead from Tit the Totem. Going to get rid of 5 cards. Yeah, 5 cards from reserve. Super overcharged, but he has both cards that allow him to have a lot of reserve. And considering we're moving to the 7 mana, I think this is a good turn for Tit the Totem. He can even lock it in on this turn. There you go, the Ordis Trooper on the other side. The Counter Trooper. Easy talk on the hero side to block, in this case a companion, so he just gives a little bit more power to the hero expedition. Tit the Totem has nothing left to do. Plays the Baba Yaga just enough to get the to move on the hero side and also to draw a card. A very good draw. I'm guessing he's going to do the Templar. No, gets rid of the unique because right now it's going to move to the 8. So he's not going to be able to draw again. License withdrawal. Not sure if it was a good idea to get rid of it. But then again, Tit the Totem does have not shown to be a boosting Sigismar. There we go. So not able to move ahead just yet. Soar in order to move it up to 3. And with the Templar in reserve, I think that he can do it. There we go. So yeah, drawn and moves forward once again. So Sisu bringing it back. Baiting the easy talk on the hero side because he knew he could do it. And goes ahead and puts 2 cards. Start with a 2/2/2. On the hero side, it's an interesting choice. He doesn't mana right now. He needs all the cards that he can in order to try to draw it again. The Paper Herald on the other side gets rid of the Paper Herald, most likely. There we go. No resupplies for you this turn. Okay, interesting choice. Decides to get rid of the token to draw 2 cards. He was low on options. Just within after you. Goes ahead with the Trooper. The Accountant is going to go to 3 and with an extended expedition, so he's blocking right now. That the Totem shows for 3 his own Sandman. He's going to put to sleep. He could have no. He was not going to be able to block. At least he has a little bit of advantage in the companion side in order to try to block it. So we do have game, but it is on Tit the Totem side on the amount of cards. None of the players mana right now. The Accountant is a threat, so most likely going to exhaust the Accountant in reserve. It's not a bad option to have this game right now. Goes on the other side, still winning, still got 2. Gets rid of the accountant. I don't think it's going to be enough, so goes up to 5. He's doing the double advance, and the Scrooge is able to block the hero side on the last turn on as the last option. So that is a double move for Ted the Totem. A single move for Ted the Totem, because he already had an expedition advantage. He's able to take the game, but it was a very good comeback from Sisu. He was able to take it all the way up to the almost winning. So Sisu already had the winning. Was already at match point, and with this was able to bring it back. Okay, so that is game number 7. We're going to be able to move on to one more game. So let's go here to 53. That's Ajorat. I didn't know he was from Spain, like I said last time. So Ajorat being featured once again. A Spanish player. I don't know if I'd say French. Let's first check his opponent right now. So Yoko Ninja from France against Ajordat from Spain, or Ajordat, maybe it's Ajordat. Go. So Yoko Ninja with a Mojo, interesting. He has a Baku. You may put a card from your hand in reserve. If it's a spell, target opponent discards a card from their hand. And when I leave the expedition zone, draw a card. Not bad at all. Flamel, you may return a play from anywhere. You may return a spell from your reserve to your hand. When I go to the reserve from the expedition zone, sabotage. And finally, Caladrius, you may spend your reserve target character with hand. You may send to reserve target character with hand cost 2 or less. At dusk, if you are not the first player, claim an elite token at your landmark. Okay, so an interesting Caladrius. Oh, obviously this is Izmir deck, so control is very, very precise. So let's go ahead and check Ajordat. Jordan playing as a fan player, right now. So Mac Bank Hoarder. If you have 2 or more cards in reserve, draw a card. Play that is from anywhere. When play from reserve, you may pay 1. If you do, I gain 1 boost for each card in your reserve. So a common Anansi. Lyra Cloth Dancer. When you play from hand, up to 1 target character gains fleeting. Play from anywhere, you may pay 1. If you do, you may return a card from your reserve to your hand. And the Sea Nymph, played from anywhere. If I'm facing an expedition in water, resupply. And when played from hand, if you have 6 or more mana orbs, create an early token in target player's landmarks, probably you. The next character you play this turn costs 1 less, an ability from reserve. So this is a fan with lots of magical training. Interesting, has a control with Off You Go. I don't see the Sap Requiem. And I don't see... Yeah, there we go. So the Incaster. Okay, so he's going to have lots of draws by the end of the game. And we have an end game. There we go. Going to be automatic. So 39 cards from Yoko, 39 cards from Ajordat. Let's go. Opening game probably going to be playing. Okay, on the other side, he can block. Not really. So he's just going to draw a card. And he can even play the Hatter rather than having to play what he had in hand at the beginning. So that's just basically a 1-for-1 with, like I said, a draw from Ajordat. Ajordat can simply get back his draw because he's the first player, and then play the Martingale as a pseudo of you go. No, decides not to go with the Hatter just yet. He's going to take the Anansi on the other side. That's a good option. Goes up to 3. The Mac Bank Hoarder with gains of 1 and fleeting. Forces the opponent to use what he has. Just going to get it back with the Incaster. Going to get back with magical training with the Incaster, most likely. There we go. Yep. Aloe Vera. I think this is a magical. Start with a magical training. Let's see what we get. Yeah, start with a magical training. Moth to flame, so he's going to get a moth on each side. He can actually block right now with the Aloe Vera. Yeah, he goes ahead with the Aloe Vera. Is not going to be able to advance, just uses. Okay. I would have used the Hatter in order to return that magical training. Perhaps he's just going to get rid of the Martingale and wants to keep his options open. No, gets rid of the magical training. Okay, that's interesting. Usually the magical training is a card that Lyra players tend to prioritize and keep as much as they want, but in this case no, he decides not to use it. Resupply from... Okay, so is he baiting that perhaps you have a Nancy? You don't. So I don't know if he's baiting that. Going to get rid of the Sea Nymph in order to play this card for 2 with an Anchor. So he's blocked right now. Gets rid of the Hatter in order to return the Twinkle Twinkle. Going to play it for 1. So going to sleep his own Aloe Vera. I am losing on the companion side, but I have a pseudo Anchor, so 1 for 1, but double Anchor right now, having 2 resupplies, 3 resupplies because it is spent. So having lots of card options. Parliament of Ashes, a very good card to have right now. Protects both cards, especially against an Izmir player. So that's a 3 resupplies with Nancy. This is going to get rid of the Anansi for sure. Just Parliament of Ashes. There we go. Going to be blocked probably by the Mukbang. No, it is a rare Mukbang. Twinkle Twinkle on in this case on his own. Aloe Vera, he's already moving forward on the hero side. Going to lose. No, just 1 card from reserve. Yeah, decides to get rid of the Esmeralda because the Contortionist doesn't use up a space right there. Lots of options from Ajarat. Not where you want to see the magical training. There we go. So gets down another Contortionist. A 0 after you from the side of Yoko. Gets to draw and lots of boosts right now on the companion side. He just needs to do as much as he can on that side. The Hatter is going to help to try to lock this game in. Plays a Twinkle Twinkle on the... That's almost the end of the game. Twinkle Twinkle back on the other side, so he decides to get rid of his mana in order to have to try to do the double advance, and it is able to get the double advance because he had some virtual mana, so a card just for cost 1. Luckily, he needed to move on either in this case on forest or mountain, because if he would have been where he is right now, that he needed water, he had almost no water to play with except for the Aloe Vera, but he was going to be able to do it on the next turn. And with that, guys, I thank you very much for being here today. So this was episode 5. So we moved on with step 5, which was right here, the round 5. Next we're going to do on Wednesday, we're going to check round 6. On Friday we're gonna have round 7, and then we're just going to have step 8 or round 8 on next Monday. So that'll be all for today, guys. Thank you very much. Remember that the next tournament is up. I should actually always try to place it right here as an anchored, but I forgot, so let me go ahead and do it right now. No, I'm not going to do it. So let's just go ahead and check that we have now 70 players for the edition 3. So we have lots of players that already know. Culver once again participating. I am also participating in this turn, on this occasion, and this is going to start as we start stream of round 8. This is going to start, so probably by Wednesday of next week we're going to be able to stream a few rounds here that have already a few matches that have already been completed. And with that, guys, I thank you very much for being here. For those who watch and those who are watching this on VOD, I hope that you enjoy the stream, and I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.